just got back from Disney and we know it is totally expensive, but we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again. It is definitely a place where emotions can run high.
Time is money.
Time is money, and if you're wasting time, you're wasting money. So we're gonna just talk about our trip, about our experiences, and
provide you at least 5 tips, maybe more, on how to make the most out of your trip and have a great stress-free time. I think we did it this time.
As stress-free as possible. We are sharing one check. We have one butt chicken.
Well, that's all we have left. That's all we could afford for Disney.
Okay, my first tip. Before you even walk into the park, I would say at least 3 months before you go, if you're gonna get a new pair of shoes, get the shoes and break them in. Wear them every day.
Yes, I always buy a new set, and at least 1 month before you want to be walking in them. Don't take new shoes to Disney because you will regret it. It is a lot of walking.
You will be walking 12 plus miles.
Before the park, because of those 12 plus miles, if you are not used to walking that much, start a walking routine.
When you go to the supermarket, when you go to get groceries, park as far as you can. You need to get the steps in. You need to get used to it.
We also recommend taking with you a backpack.
You definitely need a backpack. Backpack, you're gonna have essentials. You're gonna have band-aids because you never know if someone's gonna slip and fall somewhere.
Which did happen to us.
Which did happen. You're gonna need some hand sanitizer. You're gonna be touching a lot of things that other people have touched. And even some like ibuprofen, some Tylenol, some pain medicines.
We also like to put some snacks in there. Water. I'm a big water drinker. We do not like the water in Florida very much. So we take some bottled waters in there. And I also use it to use space. We'll talk about this more when we jump into like practical tips for the park.
My number one tip would be just spend the money and stay on resort. Any Disney hotel, it doesn't matter. It's Disney. The rooms are going to be nice. The vibes are going to be there. You're going to have fun. Why spend the money and stay on Disney? For rope drop.
Every single resort on Disney that you might stay in is going to be qualified for rope drop. And if you don't know what rope drop is, that is
a lifesaver.
It's the ability to get into the park at least 30 minutes before everyone. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference. Some of your favorite rides can be an hour and a half, 2+ hours. And with rope drop, those same rides are going to take about 30-45 minutes.
I do want to mention that staying on resort, it is very special. I love staying on resort. We've done it twice. And one thing that we learned our first stay is during that check-in, you do want to get your magic band if you prefer to do that. John prefers magic band. So the cast member at the resort will activate your card or your magic band, meaning that you can just get in line for park day at the road drop and walk in.
The first time we went, we didn't know that. We were stressed because I was thinking about the people behind us. I was thinking about like we couldn't even enjoy the rope drop. It almost ruined my whole day, and that's something you definitely don't want to happen at the happiest place on earth.
During that time with your card, they will have you scan your finger.
And it's important to note or to remember, especially with small kids, make sure you remember which finger they use. That's gonna save time, because if they're scanning the card and they're using all these different fingers, you're gonna start stressing out. You're gonna hear people behind you huffing and puffing. It's just gonna be a whole stressful thing. You're gonna start yelling at your kids. Not that I know about that,
but we witnessed it several times. It's okay if you've been there. I think everyone's been there because everyone's eager to get into the park. But yes, remember whose card is whose. You don't want to get all this confused, fingers and cards and
things.
The
cast member will typically write the name on the card. So, and if they don't, just ask them to. It's not a big deal.
Yes, you live and you learn. We also learned that it's super important to eat breakfast. You don't want to get hangry. at Disney within the first 2 hours. So it's important to eat breakfast either at the resort, because they have the best Mickey waffles. That's like how we spent and started every morning.
There's so many more options though. When I went with my mom, she got Mickey omelets. Those looked really good too, but I just stuck with my Mickey waffles. I'm a simple man with simple pleasures.
And the reason why it's important to eat breakfast is if you're gonna rope drop and get there 30 minutes early, it makes no sense to rope drop to a coffee line or a breakfast line. You wanna rope drop to specific rides. The rides that we rope drop to typically are for Animal Kingdom.
For Animal Kingdom, you gotta rope drop to Flight of Passage.
For Magic Kingdom,
I would say the best one to rope drop at Magic Kingdom is I always call it the Barnstormer, but it's not.
the Mine Train.
The Mine Train. It's the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yes, that's a great line to be in early in the morning before the sun really gets on top.
Most of the wait for Mine Train is out in the open in the sun, so just knock that one out. That is a ride that's always 70 plus minutes long.
True, yes. Epcot, rope drop ride.
Epcot. There's so many great rides at Epcot. As soon as Guardians gets off queue, I would say rope drop to Guardians. Maybe you have little ones, so rope dropping to Frozen or Ratatouille would be more ideal. And then test drive.
Expect lines at Epcot. Big lines.
Do your research and rope drop to whatever you want at Epcot. There's so many great rides there.
And last but certainly not least, Hollywood Studios, rope drop.
Rope dropping for me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm rope dropping to Rise of Resistance.
Which also gets super long. But we cut this line by like at least an hour and a half when we rope drop there.
Easy. Rise of Resistance. So we got off the ride as they let the general population inside the park.
Yes, we mentioned time is money several times in this video, and we're going to keep on doing it. To cut down on time, I would suggest if you have any children 5 years old or younger, make sure you take one of those little strollers, umbrella strollers. Take that with you. It's going to really help you get around the park faster.
They sell those at any Walmart, any Target. It's usually $25-$30. You're gonna use it. It's gonna be a lifesaver, especially for kids that get tired, whose little feet can't really keep up with everybody. Spend the money, get a stroller. That's gonna help a lot.
And okay, our last tip, which is me being a little type A, but you do want to strategize. Again, we mentioned there is tons of walking. That's why you're bringing a stroller along and some pain meds along.
That's why you've broken your shoes already.
Exactly, but you want to be sure you are not doing unnecessary walking by not planning out the order of the rides and how you're going to ride them. Make sure they make sense.
You don't want to say, let's go to this ride that's across the park, and then your very next ride is clear across the other park, and then, hey, what was our third ride? Oh, we got to walk back to the first ride. That makes no sense. So the other tip would be you need to download the Disney app, the Disney World app. I know we all have a top 5 best rides, but you need an order. You need a general direction. We're going to be in this land. We're going to do these rides. After that, we know our favorite restaurants over here in this other land. So then let's go eat there and then we'll do those rides. You have to have a plan. To close out, my number one trick is have a wife that loves to plan. She'll plan your breaks in. She'll plan your restroom time in.
No, I'm
and
not that bad.
That helps so much. But Lord forbid you go off schedule.
No, that is not me. That is really not me. I have a wonderful park personality. But if you do want to see our Disney strategy plans for each park, right? We listed the parks, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. We do have those plans and we are happy to share them if you'd want to see another video with more specifics.
And we'll definitely share them. And you have to remember, everyone has their own personalities. their own, what they prefer. You might not agree with them, and that's okay, but it definitely helps to get a general sense of what you want to do, of what you want your Disney experience to look like.
All right, guys. So what did y'all think about those tips and tricks?
Let us know in the comments below. We are happy to make more videos or answer any questions, so drop those as well. And until next time, we are gonna put another vlog here. This is another fun place to go, Kalahari.
Kalahari is very fun.
A place we went back with your mom, and we're gonna go back again for other multiple trips. So check that one out, and we'll